Hey, you guys. How's things? Sorry I've been gone so long, so much. To be real honest with you, I've had some stuff going on with my stomach and just haven't been feeling super great. And so I've been just really, I don't know, just been super tired and stuff like that. So anyway, went to the doctor today. I'm sure everything's fine. Don't worry. Um, anyway, just wanted you to know. That's all. That's all. But I'm alive. No COVID. I have made some journals and I made a few. These are my favorites, little Reader's Digests. I did, if you know me, you know that I love them. And I was able to pick up quite a few over the last, it's been about a month and a half. Anyway, a really quick update. I did get the junk journal bundles or kits or whatever all packed up, and they are going to be going out tomorrow, priority mail. And bad news, well, I'll try to find some good news, but bad news is that that's going to be my last one, at least for a while. I think everybody's kind of hurting lately, subscriptions have kind of dropped off, which I totally understand. And people who've canceled their subscriptions have canceled mostly because they just, they have a lot of stuff and, whatever. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of running low on stuff to put in them, so I thought it would be just better if I just called off the subscriptions for a while. I may put together some bundles here and there of different things, and just to keep things going. But yeah, so no more subscriptions. And to be honest, it was kind of a lot for me right now anyway. It got to be a little bit stressful, so I'm not doing it anymore. So that being said, anybody who lives outside the US, and I've been holding your bundles for you, send me an email. There's 4 or 5 of you. Send me an email and just kind of touch base and let me know where we stand, because a couple of you guys paid for your shipping already through PayPal, but I haven't honestly even looked at PayPal for a long time. So please just send me an email and let me know kind of what you believe I have, and I will find it. And I mean, I'm putting everything all in one place, but I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. So send me an email and let me know that, anyway, I just want you to know I haven't forgot about you, but I'm kind of stressed out because I haven't packed anything up yet. And so I will be, anybody who lives outside the US and I've been holding on to your bundles, we'll do that through, I think I'd like to do it. We might as well just do it through PayPal, but yeah, just kind of let me know like what you think I have so that I can make sure we're on the same page. And I think we are, but I just need to open up a line of communication, and it's easier for me if you just send me an email. So anyway, okay, all that blah 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 blah. So yeah, so Reader's Digests, lots of them. And I am going to do I have one more show and sell video that I'd like to get out by the end of October. It is still October, right? Yeah. So I'm going to get that out to you guys right around the end of October. So look for that. And I'll try to do some crafty stuff with you guys too. Now that I have the kits done and the journals are all done, I might be able to just do some fun stuff. So, I mean, not that this wasn't fun. Anyway. Okay. Hope the sound is okay on the camera. Okay, so I did two different sort of styles. The Reader's Digest published these like thinner ones. I don't remember I don't know if they're all, there was like a teen, like box set that I had at one point. No, I don't think that's what these are. I don't remember, but they're thinner and they're about 3/4 of an inch wide. So perfect for just like a little, like a notebook, you know? Anyway, so I did the spines on all of these with my fabric washi, you know, with the carpet tape. And I'll tell you, if you do that and you're going to use that fabric on the spines of your journals, make sure you're aware that it's really hard to stitch through that tape with a needle. It just gets super gummy and super gross. So I wound up actually using eyelets for all of my, even on the larger journals where I did the 5 signatures, I had to do eyelets for the holes. I did one with just regular, you know, binding with a needle, and it was just a disaster. I mean, I got it done and it's fine, but it was like I couldn't even hardly touch the needle anymore. It had so much gooey stuff on it. So anyway, just word to the wise. Anyway, so I did, there's 12 of this size, and I did some stitching around all of the covers. I pulled out the Workhorse, the old Brother machine, and did some stitching on here, kind of messy and stuff. I just love Reader's Digest. I don't know why, I just love them. And then each one's got like a book plate on the front with some little collage, and this one happens to just have a little bug and a number 5. And I did do an eyelet here, which I normally do, and then I just added the like stock number with a jump ring here. Each of them, the smaller ones, I use like a smaller bronze, I forget what those are called. Oh, we call them, what do we call them? The name for this on Amazon is different than what Tim Holtz calls them, but we call them hitchposts. But if you look for these on Amazon, they're not called hitchposts. They're called something else. I can't remember though. Anyway, so I used kind of like a smaller one. It's like an 8mm, and you can buy these on Amazon, by the way. I will add a link in the description if anybody's interested in purchasing those, and they're a lot cheaper than the Tim Holtz ones. Just saying. And then I just did an elastic closure on these. I was going to do seam binding, but I kind of like the way the elastic does, because you can make these kind of chunky, you know, these are kind of chunky, and that way they, you know, you can fill them up a little bit more and still use that elastic. And I like the look of it too. So anyway, plus I have tons of elastic. Okay, gosh, it's been so long since I did a video. I can't even think about what I'm talking about. Okay. What else did I want to tell you? I think that's it on the cover. So I used, in the front inside cover of each one, I did one of those little pockets with the slots, you know, and just tucked in a bunch of little bits, little ephemera pieces, little tags and tickets, and some little photos and some other like fussy cut stuff. So I don't want to take it all out because it'll just be a mess. And then each one has one of these envelopes that I did on a video, and I did a seam binding closure on these. Use that, what's that? Oh, what's it called? sorry, use this little guy with the little slot, and just punched a slot here at the top and the slot there at the bottom, and then just you know, feed the seam binding around the back, and then through the slots on the top and bottom, and then inside each one of these envelopes I just added some pieces of scrapbook paper, kind of like botanical type of scrapbook papers that I've had these in my filing cabinet and I never use them, so I thought, okay, well, I'll just give you guys some of those, and then some tabs, and then some kind of like vintage image. These are printed on cardstock. This is not the original image. This was a big cabinet card, but I thought it looked kind of cool through the window. And then one of my little book plates on the flap there. I made a whole bunch of these envelopes. I really loved making those. I think I'm gonna have to do those on the reg now. I just love the way they come out. And then I gave you a giant paper clip just to hold that in place. Lots of pockets. I did these little pockets. If you have something sticking out right there, it's kind of hard to flip that up, but you can deal with it. Punched out a little heart here. Gave you a couple of these little French index cards with the really cool like a grid on them. Pulled out, I had another one of those graphic standards books that I love because I love the writing and stuff on those. Well, I had one that I hadn't taken any pages out of, and I busted it open, added some of those to the kits, and used some in these journals. So, and then just some drawing paper, some of that really cool vintage, it's like legal size. I forget what it's called, but it's just really, really yummy old paper. Some ledger, some coffee dyed paper. This is my pocket page that I did with the typing paper or the typing book pages. So you've got a pocket here. Okay, that ends, it stops right there, and then another pocket that's like the whole, you know, the whole width of the page. Some of that really, really yummy music paper that I got from Renee at GT Designs. And you know what, you guys, since I'm not doing those kits anymore, and also because she always has like the coolest stuff, check out GT Designs if you need junk journal supplies, because if you want to talk about an amazing collection of yumminess, Renee's got it, and she puts together amazing kits and stuff. So I'll leave a link to her channel in the description, because she loves to just, you know, go through those kits, and it's really fun to listen to her talking too, because she just has really funny stories and stuff. And if you like to listen to people talking on videos, go watch Renee. Anyway, and her prices are like super reasonable too. So anyway, and then I just did some little pockets. I think I tried to add one of my little snap paper clips in each one. I did run out. And I can't find it. I don't have any more snaps that particular size. So if anybody has any snaps that they don't want, that look like they're that size, if you send them to me, I'll be your best friend forever. Well, for at least a week or so. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so this is just one of those little envelopes that I did with the book pages and the little button closure. It's a book page just glued onto some coffee dyed paper. I did those on that, I think on the last video that I did was working on envelopes. So lots of ephemera. Both of my printers completely lost connection to the network, and I can't get them back on to the network. So I guess I can't scan or print anything for the rest of my life. Anyway, so big surprise is that these are actually removable. So I did these with elastic. So both of these inserts, both signatures are inserts. So you can take these out and, you know, refill this if you want to. And then you could just use these as separate little notebooks. All kinds of stuff in here. It's kind of like my usual stuff that I use, but, you know, a little bit of everything. And then each one of these journals has one of the atlas page or a map page envelope. And then I added in each one of those is one of those old French postcards. Some of them have a little tab on them, but most of them don't, because most of the envelopes were too narrow to have a tab on the postcard. So but anyway, and then it's I put a magnet on it, so it just clips onto the edge of that page. Some of those little, another one of those little slotted pockets, and I did these kind of like a little short belly band. One of those pockets inspired by Joey DeFee and Carla. I used the end pages from the Reader's Digest to make these little pocket pages. Just take two of them and kind of fold them at the right spot and then stitch them together. Makes a cute little pocket page. There's some shorthand pages, some music, just lots of yummy paper, you know, some botanical pages. I made a whole bunch of these just little tags. I love how these came out. It's like a little reinforcer on the sheet of reinforcers. I just inked them with a little bit of vintage photo, and then used one of my text stamps. It's like they're actually like dictionary definitions in a stamp, and stamped onto the sheet. They actually turned out really cool. I love these little reinforcers now. I'm probably gonna make those all the time. Some of my little French collage pages that I did a long time ago, I printed some of those out and printed them real small. So just lots of goodies. Some old bank ephemera. Yes, I still have some old bank ephemera. There's another French postcard in here. If your envelope that comes in your journal, if it does not have a French postcard in it, then I put it in one of these pockets. Okay, some of them have two of those postcards, and then I thought just in the back, a regular library pocket, and then I just added two library cards because, you know, why not? And then I did sign these. I don't normally sign my journals, but I decided I'm going to start signing them. So I just signed it on the back right here. And I signed it in pen because, you know, and then I did do a little 2 silver oranges stamp in the front. Okay. So that is the little, the smaller ones. Oh, and I forgot to show you. So I just did a very simple charm, and it is obviously removable. It's on this little metal bookmark thing, you know, thingamabob, and it just slips right in there. And I just put one bead on here, one bead charm on each one. I thought, you know, I usually do like crazy charms and stuff, but I thought I would just keep these a little bit more simple, and that way you could add extra stuff on that chain if you want to. So anyway, so that's, so this is number 7. They do go through all the way up to 30. On some of the book plates, I did like a word, you know, that I had printed out a long time ago in different fonts and stuff. And so I added a word on some of them. This one is miscellaneous. Most of them have some kind of a word. The purple one has laughter. And then it has this pretty purple bead. I think that this quilt is kind of shifting the color a little bit on these, because this one is purple. I know it doesn't, maybe I should take that off. And this is another one that says miscellaneous, but a pretty little bead, number 10. This one says daydreams. This is number 9. Some little bells on there. Lots of feed sack fabrics on these spines. So yeah, anyway, there's 12 of this size. Okay. You guys want to see all of them? I'll show them to you. I'm going to move this because I think this is changing the color. I had some ink on my desk, so that's why I put that on there. But anyway, this one says, I left a lot of the strings on the envelopes and stuff. This one says pretty things. This is number 12. Oh, this one also says pretty things. Number 6. This is actually a little female bead. That's really pretty. Which ones did I not show you yet? Daydreams, number 5. This pretty pink sparkly bead. This one says breathtaking. It's number 4. It's another sparkly blue bead. And number 3, this one says appreciate. And they're all, I mean, I used a bunch of my scrapbook papers too, because I'm trying to use up my stuff, right? So they all have some just like solid color scrapbook paper too. I tried to sort of coordinate the colors with the journals. I don't always color coordinate things, but I did try a little bit. This one says peace. Yeah, but they are all actually pretty colorful and sort of playful, you know. This is number 1. It says beautiful. That pretty green glass bead. There's a few of these that I did swap out the elastic for seam binding because I was just trying it out just to see if I liked it. And if I did that, then I left the seam binding on the journal, but I put your elastic inside the journal. So if you get one that does have seam binding as the closure, your elastic is inside. If you really would like to have seam binding, just put it in your, when you buy the journal, just put it in the message to seller and just say, you know, I would like some seam binding, please. And I will be happy to give you some seam binding, about a yard or so of a color that I think would go well with your journal. No charge. I'm happy to do that. And then I'll just put your elastic inside like I did the other ones. Okay, so then these all have 5 signatures. Same thing. I just did a bead on the little book, the little bookmark. Okay, and then another same thing. You know, everything is very similar, just a little bit bigger. You know, just a couple of signatures bigger. But you know, there's really, I kind of base my pricing more on the amount of work involved in doing these. I mean, sometimes it has a lot to do with the materials too. I mean, that does factor in, but there's not a huge price difference between the smaller ones and the larger ones, even though there's 3 additional signatures in the larger ones. So in case you're wondering like what my reasoning is, it's like, it's the amount of work involved in each one. you know, that kind of in my head, that's why I do that. But anyway, so these are very similar. You get one of the botanical flower page envelopes. Different pocket pages in these. Obviously more scrapbook paper. Just more of the same stuff. You know what I mean? More of the little slotted pockets. Tons of little bits in these. There's the little, the little button pocket or envelope, note card, whatever. I didn't put anything on the strings in these. These are bound. These are not, these don't have elastic. Okay, so these are like stitched in, so you can't really swap these out. But yeah, there's another one of those little pockets with the little flip up thing. I don't know what I was doing. I just felt like stitching paper. So and then I added one of those little coin envelopes, put a little picture. Oh my gosh, I was printing, I found some glossy cardstock in my filing cabinet, and I wanted to see how it would print, how images would print on it, like some of the old vintage images. And the toner started going out in my printer after I hit print. I didn't look at them, and I think I printed like 6 pages. Well, the color was like really weird on them, but and I don't know if it was because the toner was going out or if it was because of the glossy cardstock, but I think it might have been a combination of both. Anyway, but the color shift was kind of cool because it just made the images look even more old and grungy and, authentic. So I was actually kind of happy about it. And now neither of my printers will print anything, so I don't know. I can't figure it out. But there's the little envelope in that one, and these all have the little book plate on them too. I'm so glad I found those on Amazon. I just love them. Those little like brass or bronze or whatever book plates. So this is just like slipped through there, so it will be kind of loose, but anyway. And then just a single bead on the charm. Okay, so this is number 27. This is one of my favorites. This is Wildflowers. This was a really old like book on flowers, obviously, and I saved the spine. So this one says lovely. There's a little, I think the beads, the beads on all of these larger ones are a little bit bigger than on the smaller ones. I used a larger bead on these. This is number 23. I love this cover because it has this like gold, like metallic little dots, little diamonds in between, each of those little ribbons. There's those little spots are actually little gold diamonds. It's kind of cool. This one is number 17. It says Daydreams. This is all those feed sack pieces. The little heart. It's pink. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pink. Number 17. So this one has seam binding, but I put your elastic right there on that paper clip. So, and there are lots of pictures in each listing. There's 10 images of each journal, so you can see what's inside of them. So this one doesn't have a word, but it has this really old, it's like a French, some kind of stamp. It's not a ration stamp. I don't remember what it is, but on that big paper that I did all the collaging of all the little bits and stuff. That's what I like to use them for. And then I used a piece of that acetate. I always call it acetate, even though it's not actually acetate. But I did that in the book plate. You can see how it's kind of shiny. Because I wanted it to look like it was behind glass, you know. Anyway, and this one has that really pretty metal bead. And then there's the hitch post is bigger. It's a 10, this is a 10 millimeter size, in case you're wondering. The other ones are 8 millimeter. So that was number 24. Number 25 says Daydreams. Number 13, this really cool mother of pearl bead. And this one says Playful. And this one is Abundance. Isn't this a cool cover? I love this cover. There's another one of those hearts. That's number 14, by the way. It's number 26. It's Miscellaneous. Could you imagine if I flipped through every one of these? It would probably take about 7 hours. This one's another one of my favorites. I love the color on this one. It just, I don't know, it's the red and green. I guess this one would be cool to use as like a December daily, or even just a regular old Christmas journal. Because I think I put some red paper in there too, yeah. So kind of traditional red and greens. Or not, you know, like it could, if you just like green, you know. Okay, there's a few more. So this one is number 16. It says Curious. It's this covers, you know, it's the covers, the patterns, the size of the Reader's Digest. You can almost use like a regular letter size piece of paper in these. You only have to trim off like a 1/2 inch. And it, I don't know, it just seems like Reader's Digest were made for junk journals, you know. Anyway, so this one's number 22. It says Daydreams. And wait, there's more. This is number 18. It's Miscellaneous, abbreviated. The sparkly pink bead. And this one says Ponder. It's kind of like fading out though. You can barely read it, but it says Ponder with a pretty bead on there. This is number 19 with the bamboo. And another Miscellaneous, number 28. And I just have all of these big beads that I think I got these at like Michael's and stuff. And or maybe Joann's. And I used to use them when I made tassels, and I haven't made tassels for a long time, but I thought they just deserved to be kind of showcased as, you know, just a single bead like that. Even though I'm sure they're like mass produced, but this is actually a piece of jasper, this bead. It's really, really pretty. I think it's actually ocean jasper. Pretty sure it's either ocean jasper or picture jasper, but I think it's ocean jasper just because of the colors. So this one says Exquisite. It's number 29. And another Daydreams, number 20. I can't remember what, this is an African trade bead. And I think it's some kind of nut. It's either that or it's dyed agate. It's too heavy to be a nut. There's a nut that they use to make beads, and but it's not heavy like this. So anyway, but it's like, it's got a pattern on it. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so this is number 20. And number 21. This is a deep purple color. It's like a dark purple. This one is like a lighter purple. See the difference? And on each of these, underneath the washi fabric, spine, I just did some kind of like ledger paper or something. That's that part of the Reader's Digest cover where it comes out to here, and it's usually just like a solid color or something. Well, I just covered that up with some kind of like ledger paper or something. So this is thoughtful. And then, this tray is gonna fall over. And then this one is Giggle. I like that one. So this is number 30 with the little polka dot red and white polka dotted bead and the pretty marbled cover. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff in these, you guys. I could have just kept adding things, just adding and adding and adding, but then, they would have never been done if I did that. So anyway, so these are all listed right now in my Etsy shop. There are actually 30 of them altogether. There's 18 of the larger ones and then 12 of the smaller ones. And there are still some of the minis, the tall minis that I did for October. There's about, I made a gazillion of them, so it doesn't surprise me, but there's still, I don't know, like 8 or 9 of them in my Etsy shop. So if you were looking for a monthly mini for October, go check those out. And then, yeah, and the prices all include shipping. That is priority shipping on all of these. And then what else did I want to tell you? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Sorry about the kits, guys. I know some of you guys kind of just started with those, and so you might be disappointed, but if there's ever anything in particular that you need or want or are looking for, don't, you could always send me an email and ask if I have any of whatever it is you're looking for. I might, and I'm always happy to share if I can, I just didn't want to continue to commit to doing the kits because the stuff that I've got now, like a lot of the stuff that I have, I've already put into previous kits, and I don't want to start giving you the same stuff again. You know what I mean? So anyway, I like to give a variety, and anyway, so that's that. And these, like I said, they're already listed. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about them. And I always appreciate all your comments, you guys. Usually like if somebody asks a question that I can answer quickly on my phone, in the comments, then I will do that. And if I don't reply to your comment, I always at least acknowledge that I read it and I love your comment or like your comment. And just know that I do appreciate all of your kind words. I really, really, really do. It's one of my favorite things to do in the morning when I'm having my coffee is read comments on YouTube. So anyway, and thank you to all my new subscribers. I don't know where you guys all came from, but but I do appreciate it. And hopefully over the next few weeks, we can do some crafty stuff and not just, flip throughs. So I'll try to come up with something exciting. I've been crocheting a lot lately. I got back into crocheting, and I'm doing some amigurumi and I made a really, really cute little, I already gave it to her, or I would show you guys. Maybe I'll have him take a picture of her, but I made a little eggplant hat for my new granddaughter. It's really cute. And then I did some little booties for her out of wool yarn, and then I felted them, and those turned out really cute. So anyway, I'm working on a doll now, and I'm making an outfit for her too. So I'll show you guys when it's done if you want to see it, you know. Anyway, and I haven't gotten my cooking channel going yet. I just have to figure out exactly what direction I want to take with that before I do any videos. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm doing. And I'm sure my stomach is fine. It's just, I don't know, I think it's like an ulcer or something. But anyway, don't worry about me, guys. I'm okay, I promise. So, well, I think, anyway, I don't have COVID. But I do love you guys. And yeah, anyway, okay, that's enough rambling. All right, you guys be good, and I will see you sooner than later. Okay, bye for now.